It's funny how we often look for these really complicated answers to life's biggest questions. But what if the secret to aging gracefully could be found in just a few simple lines? In this explainer, we're going to dive into a short but really powerful poem that offers a timeless blueprint for a life well lived. All right, so here it is, the entire poem by Carroll Russell. It's short, it's simple, and, at first glance, you might even miss just how deep it is. But let's really break this down line by line and uncover the wisdom that's packed inside. So, right off the bat, the poem tackles something none of us can get away from, the relentless march of time. But what's so interesting is that instead of framing it as a loss, it presents this fascinating and, well, poetic balance. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating it here. The poem just comes right out with an honest acknowledgement of what aging is. It's this universal truth, right? And it really sets the stage for the poem's central message. And then, boom, here's the pivot. It's not just about losing something. The poem frames it as a kind of trade-off. Time might take its toll, sure, but what it leaves in its place is a treasure trove of memories. I mean, that's the very fabric of our lives. So that's really the heart of this first section. It's all about balance. The poem completely reframes aging. It suggests our memories are so much more than just some consolation prize for getting older. They're the invaluable treasure that gives all those years their meaning. Okay, so let's move on to the next part and see how this idea builds. Now that we've got this internal balance between time and memory, the poem kind of shifts gears and looks outward, from our own personal reflections to our actions in the world. So, if memories are the gift from our past, this line introduces the gifts of the present. It all starts with gratitude, a conscious choice to actually notice the small blessings of each day. And that gratitude, it becomes the fuel for what's next. And this is where things get really active. See, gratitude isn't just a feeling you have inside. The poem is telling us it's something you do. It's not enough to just be thankful. We're being told to take that thankfulness and pay it forward. And what's so great is how brilliantly simple it makes it. We're not talking about some grand, heroic act here. It's about a smile, a wave, a kind word. These are the small, everyday things that literally anyone can offer. This is the real currency of human connection, and it's accessible to every single one of us. And you should never, ever underestimate the ripple effect of this stuff. The poem's really pointing out that these tiny, seemingly minor actions can have a huge impact. A simple smile or a kind word can completely change the course of someone's day, and that's a pretty remarkable power we all hold, isn't it? Okay, so all of this brings us to the poem's beautiful conclusion. It's like the payoff, the ultimate reward for adopting this whole mindset of balancing memory with the present and practicing active kindness. And just look at the emphasis here. It's in all caps with a bunch of exclamation points. This isn't just a suggestion, It feels like a joyful command. This is the grand finale, the direct result of everything the poem has been building up to. So what does it really mean to enjoy the day? Well, according to the poem's logic, it's not something that just happens by accident. It's the outcome of living a certain way, one where you cherish your past and actively put kindness out into the world around you. Basically, true enjoyment comes from your perspective and your actions. And right there, the poem kind of turns it back on us. It's laid out the whole blueprint. Cherish the past, act with kindness in the present, and now it's asking, okay, so what does enjoying the day actually look like for you right now? And it doesn't end with another command. Instead, it leaves us with this really warm, forward-looking blessing. It's a beautiful acknowledgement that life keeps going, it keeps unfolding, and it sends us off with this message of hope and goodwill for whatever is coming next. So, as we wrap this up, what's the big takeaway here? I think this poem is telling us that our legacy isn't about the big, flashy achievements. It's about all those small, kind moments that add up over time. It's a really powerful and freeing idea, actually. The question isn't if you're going to make an impact today, but what kind of impact it's going to be. So what small moment will you create?